All right. Do you ever go to the doctor because you're sick and they prescribe you a medication like doxycycline or amoxicillin? Well, those are two examples of common antibiotics, and the purpose of this speech is to inform you on the overuse of those antibiotics. So, firstly, what is an antibiotic? Well, according to Kids Health, an antibiotic fights bacterial infections by killing off the bacteria. So, there are two types of infections that infect your body. First is bacteria, which are living single-celled organisms that antibiotics will work on because the antibiotic just kills the bacteria and stops it from spreading. Then you have a virus, which are non-living, and they spread by invading other cells, so antibiotics don't work and you have to depend on your immune system to fight it. Now, Medicine Plus describes antibiotics as being taken as three different ways. First, orally, through pills, then topically through creams or eye drops, then for more serious cases, injection or IV. Now, why can't you use an antibiotic for a virus? Well, first off, it's not going to cure your infection, so what's the point in taking it if it's not curing it? Then it won't prevent spreading to others, so since it's not curing it, then other people are still going to get it. It won't make you feel better, and it causes unnecessary symptoms, which results in antibiotic resistance, according to the Mayo Clinic. So these are some common side effects that comes with just taking antibiotics, not antibiotic resistance, but just taking antibiotics in general, so this shows that it's a serious medication. All of this is from Medicine Plus. Now, what exactly does it mean to overuse antibiotics? Well, the CDC describes antibiotic overuse as simply being taken when not needed. So, when you start taking antibiotics, bacteria can adapt to it if you take it for too long, so it's important to take it for only a certain amount of time so that the bacteria doesn't adapt to it and then it's going to stop working. The CDC described antibiotic overuse as one of the world's most pressing health problems because it can be in underdeveloped countries because of the lack of sanitation or lack of educated doctors, according to Kids Health. Now, how to correctly use antibiotics. Firstly, it's very important to finish your prescription even if you feel better because you may feel better, but that bacteria can still be inside of you. So let's say you were set to take an antibiotic for 7 days. And on the 5th day, you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel better, I'm going to stop taking it. Well, the bacteria could still be inside you, but you may feel better, but it's still inside you. And so you stop taking it, and the antibiotic stops fighting it, and it just spreads all over again. And then causing you to retake it, then it repeats the whole process over and over again, and eventually the antibiotic will stop working. Next, don't share, because if you share with other people, then that can mess up your own timeline of prescription, or you could be taking the wrong medication for your disease. So don't share. And same with don't use other people, because Medline Plus says that if you use other people's, it could cause harm to your own body, or it can mess up their own timeline of taking the prescription and mess up their own body and cause them to possibly antibiotic overuse. Now, lowering the risk of overuse. First, let mild cases run their course, because sometimes it's just best to let your immune system take it over. Like with viruses and colds and flus, most of the time those are viral infections, so it's not going to work anyways, and you could just cause more problems. Next, once again, take them for the full time prescribed. And lastly, ask your doctor questions, because now that you have watched the speech, you're educated on what antibiotic overuse is, and you can ask questions. So you can ask if your health issue is a viral infection or a bacterial infection. So if they prescribed you an antibiotic and you had a viral infection, you could be like, hey, I don't think that's the best option for me, according to Kids Health. Here's my works cited.